He doesn't want to ruin the night or for Amber to break up with him, but he needs to tell her the truth. Amber is going to be mad for sure. Hey my beautiful peeps, my name is Char and welcome to Char TV. Today I'll be recapping episode 2 of Love in Paradise. It's called Sex on the Beach. That's one of my favorite drinks. On to Aryanna and Sherlon. Aryanna is leaving to Jamaica with her mother and sisters, and she's feeling quite nervous, but she's hoping that she can convince Sherlon to move to America. It's important that they all meet Sherlon in person before the baby comes, because they've never met him before.
So we finally boarded to make our way to Montego Bay. My sister Andy, and then Alex. How do you feel about meeting Sherlon for the first time?
I can't wait to grill him. Meet the true Sherlon.
Sherlon is working today, so he cannot pick us up from the airport. I'm a little disappointed, but honestly, how disappointed could you be when you're on vacation in paradise?
They take a walk on the beach and run into him there. Aryanna is feeling, a little bit nervous because she wasn't expecting to meet him that day. She was thinking that they were going to see each other the next day. But I mean, here they are, and it was a little awkward them meeting. She didn't know if she should hug him or kiss him because her family is just right there.
She got a little bit bigger, but in the right places.
Where are the right places?
Her belly and her boobies. She's a cute little pregnant girl.
So you're my grandson.
Dad. Yes.
Oh God!
I'm just a little bit.
Yes.
She's gonna
We don't
cry. She's gonna cry.
We don't know.
She's crying.
You better be a good guy.
I am a good guy.
Your ass.
The sisters actually felt like the meeting was kind of timid because they're saying, if they were meeting somebody and they were pregnant, they would be all over that person, not like But again, maybe Aryanna felt that way because the family was around. The next day, they all decide to hang out on Sherlon's family boat.
Being back on the boat with him definitely brings back a lot of old memories. Just first time meeting him and how it was just probably one of the most fun trips that we had.
Precious cargo, precious cargo.
Well, they look like they're having a good time, don't they?
Yep. I'm proud to let them see what I do on an everyday basis. That way, give them a full experience of Jamaica on the water.
While on the boat, Karen points to his place and says, "What's that?" Sherlon explains, "Well, that's where I work at night, and it's a nudist resort." Now, her family knows that he works there, but she was hoping to avoid all that on the first day that they're there. Aryanna is feeling unattractive, uncomfortable because she's pregnant. Before that, she was always happy with her body because she lost all this weight, and she was happy with how she looked. The family asked Sherlon, "Do guests ever get friendly with you?"
So are the guests pretty friendly with you?
Well, they're a little bit crazy. They come for one thing. So we just have to have the courage to say no.
Muster up that courage. Do any of your worker friends break the rules?
We are told to keep our distance, but sometimes the guys, they're weak. Working at a resort like that, the guests will approach you and want to do stuff with you. You have to be strong to tell them no.
Karen feels that Sherlon's job at the resort is a red flag, but she's going to trust in what he says and let time tell what's true. The sister, on the other hand, is not buying it at all. She thinks that if a tourist gave him money to do something, she doubts that he would say no. You know what? She's probably right. Aryanna is getting annoyed of hearing all of Sherlon's experiences at the resort and questions if he's ever been tempted, especially being surrounded by all of these lovely ladies. There's always that question of what he could be doing, who he's doing. A serious conversation definitely needs to take place, and if he's not serious about the relationship, then she's going to have to prepare herself to be a single mother, which would break her heart. That's everything to that couple. Curious to see how that's gonna go. I don't know. I don't have a good feeling. Let's move on to Mark and Kay. Kay is nervous heading to the airport to meet Mark, and Mark is nervous too. Mark is hoping that while on this trip, he can convince Kay to move to America. It's his biggest fear if she says no, and he will be brokenhearted. He let her go once, and he's not going to lose her again.
Good now. I miss you, baby.
They both arrive at Kay's apartment, and you know, she shows him around a little bit. Kay is happy but a little bit nervous because she knows that Mark wants to share his life or part of his life with her. She needs to live, you know, through a lot of experiences with somebody before she can truly figure out how she feels about that person. For now, she just simply wants to enjoy the moment. Things are going much better now between Mark and Kay, especially now that Kay can actually speak a lot more English than she could before when they first met. Kay mentions that she feels that Mark should learn to speak a little bit more Spanish because it's frustrating when you're trying to speak with somebody and you can't express yourself properly, because all of their conversations are in English and her English is not that perfect. Although she knows a little bit more, it's not perfect. She feels stupid when she speaks English, but she tries for Mark's sake, but he doesn't do the same for her. They start reminiscing about how things were 10 years ago.
I remember you always was very sweet and gentleman and atento. I think I was more sweetie before the drugs. Hace 10 años cuando conocí a Mark, pero yo fui una adicta.
Kay says it's important for Mark to know the person that she is now, because back then she was a different person because she was addicted to drugs and he didn't even know that. She feels that when she stopped doing drugs, she's a little bit more colder now. Mark is a little bit nervous that Kay has this wall up from her recovery from drugs, and a lot of things have happened in the past 10 years. But he loves her for who she is. He can't even believe that he has a second chance with Kay, and he is determined to hold on to this opportunity and doesn't want to mess things up. Well, you better learn some Spanish. That's everything with Mark and Kay. Not too much. I was a little underwhelmed with them. Hopefully we'll see more next episode. On to Amber and Daniel. Amber is excited because it's time for her to head to the airport and go to Costa Rica to see Daniel.
The previous trips, I was only going there to spend time with Daniel and live our best lives together. Getting drunk, having sex, you know, partying. This trip's different because we have paperwork that needs to be done. We have the visa that we gotta finish. If anything, I feel like I'm going down there for business.
Alright, see ya. I'll give you a 5-star rating. That'll be $200.
Amber says that, you know, Daniel's gonna see a different side of her because she won't be able to go out as much because she needs to save money because she has bills to pay. So this trip is going to be the ultimate test. Was it just a fling that she had, or will they make it in the real world? They finally reunite at the airport.
Hallelujah.
They're both excited to see each other again after a year of not. The taxi driver's face made me laugh while they're like slurping on each other. His face was priceless. Daniel feels that on this trip, it's very important for him to show to Amber that he feels the same way he does now as he did a year ago. Later on, they're having a nice romantic walk on the beach. Daniel brought some wine and some flowers and he's serving her, and Amber is just on cloud 9. And all of those annoyances that she felt while being in America, poof, They're all gone. She's in paradise with her fiance.
Got here.
And I'm definitely getting late tonight.
Now Daniel says he doesn't want to have any heavy discussions with her right now because they haven't seen each other in quite some time. But he hasn't been telling her the truth. Ooh. He doesn't want to ruin the night or for Amber to break up with him, but he needs to tell her the truth. Amber is going to be mad for sure. The next morning, Amber is feeling great after her night session with Daniel.
I slept so good. My body hurts though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely worth it. Last night with Daniel was fantastic. I mean, 12 months with no sex is very hard. I didn't know how much I really needed it until I got it.
While having breakfast outside that Daniel so kindly prepared for them both, she says to him, how is work going? And if he has some time off. Daniel says, I actually have a lot of days off. And Amber was quite surprised. He then breaks the news to her.
I quit my job.
Whoa, you're quitting your job?
Yeah,
You quit your job.
I quit my job.
I'm not okay with that. I'm not okay with that, Daniel.
I just tried
Why
to
did you quit your job?
for have more time to get the paperwork for the visa.
Amber is so mad that he quit his job because they wouldn't give him the time to do so. Of course, Daniel puts the blame of her and said, well, you told me I needed to do these things by the time that you got here. Yeah, Daniel, she didn't tell you to quit your job though. And he didn't even do what she told him to do. She's very upset with him because he needs the money to pay bills and to move. This guy's just full of excuses. Blah, 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 blah. Just full of excuses. Kind of reminds me of Submit, for crying out loud. He says that he'll get this all done in a week. But Amber, she's tired of being the man in the relationship. She wants him to be the man and to take care of her. Well, Amber, he's 23 years old. You're in your 30s. I don't know what you're expecting. That's everything for that couple. Again, I'm seeing some red flags. On to Steven and Martine. Martine is getting a little bit testy with Steven heading back to the resort from dinner. She's complaining about all of the females, you know, approaching Steven and him entertaining it all. He says, well, I am an entertainer and I'm approachable. He thinks that it's all in Martine's head. Even though Martine is upset, she can't stay mad at him long, especially since they haven't seen each other in quite some time. She can't wait to pounce on him. She hopes that when they start their lives together, that it will be just as amazing as when they're on vacation. The next day, they decide to go to breakfast, and since it's been quite some time, Martine wants to discuss how they feel.
I'm looking for us to find a way to not be separate all the time. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you want me to do?
I can't do long distance anymore. I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. It's trash. It's like I have a boyfriend on vacation and I'm single again. That's how it feels.
I don't think I'm single.
But at the end of the day, I don't really know what you do when I'm not around.
Likewise.
But you seem very comfortable with the situation the way it is.
Steven says, well, I do tell you that I miss you all the time. But Martine is wanting to bridge that gap between them. And he says, well, I never got that impression from you because you always looked like you were just having fun and enjoying your vacation. Martine says, it's been 3 years and it's time for things to change because it's not fun anymore. Only when she's on vacation. And she's at the point now where she wants to be happy all the time. Steven says that it's not that easy because they live in 2 different places. And I can imagine him having a child makes it even more complicated. Martine says if he's not willing to move on to the next step, then he needs to let her go.
It's coming across to me that Martine is giving me an ultimatum. It's either I get on board or that she's going to leave me. And I really don't like how she's putting that across to me.
If you were to come to Miami, I have a place for you to stay.
See, you're being selfish.
I'm not being selfish.
You're not even taking into context that I have a daughter.
I don't want Sarai to be without you either. But that's something that within the 3 years you should have been figuring out a solution.
She mentions that she would move to Barbados and, you know, get her own place, but she needs more of a commitment from him. She told him he needs to make things clear, like diamond clear. Stephen doesn't feel that an engagement ring is going to solve their problems, and I agree with him, especially that she has trust issues. Giving her a ring is not going to all of a sudden, poof, make those trust issues disappear. I feel that they need to resolve all of that before they even entertain a marriage. That's everything for that couple and that recap. It was an alright episode. It was okay. I'm seeing, again, you know, more red flags. I don't know if you are too, but I do hope that you enjoyed this recap. Thanks for watching, my beautiful peeps, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye!